Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America
and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
So starting off the meeting, we'll start with the budget hearing. Make a motion to open the budget hearing. I believe, let me make sure. So we already actually had a hearing, but we any further discussion on, we need to have the approvals tonight as we head into the action items that we move forward. Because we made a budget meeting last week. So the budget hearing is a topic for this discussion for this week that we actually will approve later on in the agenda for the action items. So we'll continue moving on to the consent items, which was first item would be for the minutes from August 26, 2024.
I'll make a motion to accept meeting minutes from August 26, 2024.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Then moving on to the financial reports. Do I have a motion by the board for the approval of financial reports?
I'll make a motion to approve the financial reports.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Continuing to move on for the claims. If there are no questions, we'll get that part, please feel free to make a motion. I make a motion to approve the
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion approved. Continue to move on for consent item, the payroll. Motion to approve payroll.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion approved. And then finally, the personnel report. Which I don't believe are in its own class. Make a motion to approve all items under personnel. Do you have a second?
I'll second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion so approved. I should start off the meeting on Dr. Moore is not going to be here this evening, as you can tell. She's actually at a conference representing Tri-Township along with Ms. Melanie Mills, so that's why we're a few people short this evening. Okay, we'll move on to the classified items, which would, again, part of those are employment. That's part of certified. That was just next. There's a separate item that you already approved it, so we can pass that one. So moving on to public comments. Are there any public comments this evening on the agenda? Okay. Continue moving on to the parental report.
Right. For celebrations, I'd like to celebrate our PTO sponsored donuts with grown-ups last Friday. I think we had well over almost 150 people here in the morning. Started at 7:30. Some grown-ups tend to get here a little bit earlier, so 7:10, 7:15 we had people coming in, but really good crowd. Appreciate our staff. With our parking lot, we have the staff park out in the grass, so we had enough room for all our grown-ups that came. Thank you to Family Express for donating donuts for that day. We've learned some things for the future as far as we ran out of coffee, which is not a bad thing because we had such a great turnout. But by 8:30, it was all cleaned up and we're ready back to school. But a lot of appreciation for people that were there that we had that event happen. So thank you to the PTO for that. Athletically, we had our girls volleyball team and two girls volleyball players, Briley Rust and Jade Pryor, that received exemplary sportsmanship recognition from volleyball officials from the beginning of August until now. And so that's something they write up after games and send to the state, and then we get a report back on that. So wanted to celebrate those two girls and the whole girls volleyball team for having great sportsmanship on the court. We have several educational field trips that are planned or they have gone on already are students. A few weeks ago, the engineering, third and fourth year engineering kids went to the Indianapolis Motor Speedway where they saw autonomous Indy cars that were driving 180 miles an hour on the track, go around the track that day. And you talked to all those kids and they said it was just a really neat experience seeing that. It did get rained out for part of it, but they got to see most of the day. Our 6th and 7th grade science students, Mr. Welsen is taking them to the Challenger Learning Center in Maryville to participate in a simulated space mission to Mars. So that it's an interactive experience that will allow students to take on various roles, such as being a doctor, engineer, biologist, geologist, mission specialist, communication officer, while working in both mission control and spacecraft. So they'll be going on that in, I think it's October 8th, they head to that. Environmental science and biology, so our high school students are headed to the Dunes Succession Trail. They'll take what they've learned in the classroom so far this year and get firsthand experience in ecological succession, invasive species, human impact on the environment, and nutrient cycling and sampling. So Ms. Beaver's taken that group of students. And then our 4th grade students went to the Kinky River Days today, and they will go to the Indiana Dunes next week. To learn about water quality, wildlife, glaciers, watersheds, and microplastics. And they got to go on a 24-foot wood replica canoe for a paddle today with professional paddlers. So I got to do that today. And they were very excited about that. And the weather held off for them pretty good today. So they had a lot of fun doing that. As far as just new data, we are introducing a new program called Exact Path to our middle school students. And so what this will do is our kids get their Tier 1 instruction from their teachers in the classroom, and then the students that are struggling that we find on NWA and Star Reading, we will take that information and put it into the Exact Path program, and it will give those kids a computer program to use as a Tier 2 intervention or to help them with places that they are low in right now, or any weakness areas. And our elementary has had their beginning of the year data meetings, and so we've identified the kids that are needing Tier 2 instruction and then Tier 3 instruction, which would be Title I services. So Mrs. Kaiser has now started working with that, working with the teachers, and started to provide interventions this past week. She started that. So we'll continue to have those data meetings to check on our students. And then the last thing that I'm pretty sure it's on here for approvals, but yeah, is for the junior high and high school improvement, our elementary and junior high school improvement plans, school improvement plans. So I can give you just kind of a rough summary of everything. Our goals are really aligned to increasing our scores this year as far as on iLearn ELA and math, and our scores on NWA, so just our internal testing that we do. So we're looking at elements of effective teaching from Mike Schmoker, and that's something that we're doing professional development with the teachers right now, and that's in our professional development plan. Our writing strategies, that is with Schmeckens, and that's something that we approved last month. And that the lady from Schmeckens will come here 3 times this year. She will come the first time is October 7th, and she'll work with K through 2, 3 through 5, and then all the teachers 6 through 12 on writing strategies to make sure that we have the same writing curriculum K through 12 for all of our kids, using the same language, verbiage, all of that. Our phonics curriculum, UFly, the teachers are being trained on that in the next couple of weeks, and we'll start at second 9 weeks, we will start using that curriculum. So again, we're just trying to get all of our curriculums the same at the elementary level so that we have proper alignment. And then the RTI process, which we use with our professional learning teams. So our teachers coming together. So that's something that's in our improvement goals. So that covers our 3 goals for our teachers at the elementary level. At the high school level, we're looking Like I said, a consistent approach of writing across the curriculum. We would like to see our SAT, math, and ELA scores increase from the years past. And then also our iLearn, ELA, and math scores from middle school increase. So we're looking at least, we would like to achieve a 15% increase at both of those, which I think is very, very possible with the new things that we are doing. So just continue with our teachers, continue to give them proper professional development through our PLCs and any other professional development that they see they need. I know our Spanish teacher is going to a conference in November that she went to last year, and she got a lot of good information from, so she's going back again. So anytime that we can find professional development to help our teachers. So, but if there's any other questions about our school improvement plans, I'm happy to answer them.
If there are no questions for Mr. McMahon, I asked for two motions. One, initially for the approval of the elementary school improvement plan, and then secondary to that would be the high school, senior high school plan. So initially, I asked for a motion for approval for the elementary school improvement plan.
I'll make a motion to approve the elementary school improvement plan.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion approved.
Make a motion to approve the high school improvement plan.
I'll second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion approved. Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you.
Moving on then, for a few other action items. We did on August 26th, had a public hearing on our budget. So today we'd be asking for a motion for approvals for those budgets after the hearing took place. So the first item would be for the approval and adoption of the 2025 budget resolution for appropriation and tax rates. Do we have a motion for approval by the board?
Yeah, motion to approve that.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion approved. And the second item would be for the capital projects plan. Do we have a motion for the 2025 capital projects fund plan and resolution?
I'll make a motion to adopt the 2025 capital projects.
Favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion so approved. Then moving on to the next item would be the resolution adoption of the bus replacement 2025 to 2029 bus replacement plan resolution.
I'll make a motion to adopt the 2025 and 2029 bus replacement plan.
I'll second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion so approved. Then moving on to the education and fund to operations. So we're asking for a resolution to transfer amounts from our education fund to the operations fund to shift the requirements for our corporation in the amount of not to exceed $120,000.
Make a motion to approve the education fund transfer to the operations fund resolution.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion approved. Then continue to move on to the appropriation reduction resolution for the rainy day fund. Do we have a motion for approval?
And make a motion to approve the appropriation reduction resolution.
I'll second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion approved. The next line item for action item would be this evening for the approval of the letter of engagement with policy analytics. I don't know if you have any highlights in that, Mr. Mann, if there's anything to share, because I think that's partly also like a growth thing, not part of a relationship, or work. Okay.
Make a motion to approve the letter of engagement with policy analytics LLC.
I'll second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion approved. And finally, the review the three bids received in the track project. So we approved the initiation of the track project. Now we need to approve the vendors that were selected for the general contractors as presented. Do we have a motion to approval for those contractors?
Yeah, it was Vernon Jones.
Yes.
motion to approve the general contractor for the track project.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion approved. Then-
Can I interject? I
Yes,
think Dr. Moore said those 3 bids have to be read out loud in
Okay.
minutes. So could you just read the 3 out loud and the dollar amount?
for each segment.
Yeah, so like Vernon Jones, you
Okay.
need to just read the total. Gary, I need to read the total. She
Okay.
told me it had to be
Okay.
read out loud in minutes.
Perfect. Yes, there were 3 general contractors who bid on this work, and Vernon Jones bid in the amount of $1,503,590. Gary submitted a bid of $1,614,250, and Past Construction made a bid of $1,789,700. So therefore, we selected the lowest bid at Vernon Jones for $1,503,590. Thank you. And then moving on to the last action item this evening would be the approval of the memorandum of agreement with PNW.
Make a motion to approve the MOU with B&W.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion approved. Are there any discussion items this evening? Board comments? Okay,
Motion to adjourn.
okay, do you have a second?
Second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you for the attendance this evening.